So this is the Suunto RUN. The Suunto RUN is Suunto's foray into entry-level, or probably better described as budget-friendly, sports watch segment. While Suunto has already delivered watches with a great mix of value and quality with the recent Race S and Race, the RUN is aimed to deliver all of the basic features a runner would need and the most cost-effective package that goes head-to-head with other brands like Garmin and Coros, but offering some unique features at the price point. If you want to see an overview of the watch, then check out my first video I posted on the RUN, but in this video I'm going to focus on the performance of the watch when I'm actually going through a variety of workouts. The results weren't really what I was expecting, so be sure to stick around. Let's go. So I'll start out by saying I really enjoyed wearing this watch day to day because of how light it is and how easy it is to use. The new OS is simple and designed well. But as I said, we're here for the meat and potatoes of any sports watch, how it performs when doing some sporting activities. So let's check it out. Okay, so starting off, this is a gym workout, and I've got the Suunto RUN. It's the brown line here, and it's going against a Pace Pro using an armband heart rate sensor as well as a Forerunner 970. So some pretty stiff competition, a very established wrist-based heart rate sensor, and then the Pace Pro with an upper arm-based optical heart rate sensor. So very good sensors, and gym workouts are notoriously tough, and the way I structured my workout was by purposefully doing kind of high intensity movements like plyometrics and kettlebell swings to kind of spike my heart rate up, and then superset that with kind of easier movements like lying bench press and things like that. So I was really trying to manipulate like spikes in heart rate and then kind of letting it settle down. And you can see here the Suunto starts off like okay, and then I mean almost immediately with the first climb it doesn't react quite as much, and that's kind of a pattern. You can see it catches this one, but overall it did okay-ish. Wrist-based optical heart rate sensors are notoriously bad with gym workouts. That's kind of why I test it like that, to put it in a very challenging environment, and I'd say the Suunto RUN did okay. You know, I've seen worse, but this isn't great by any means. And some people will say, you know, why are you testing heart rate in a gym setting? It doesn't really matter. People don't train heart rate in a gym setting. And yeah, I get it. I mean, you're not really doing like a zone 2 chest day, but you know, when you're looking at training loads and things like that, having an accurate heart rate reading does impact training loads. So if you're tracking your gym sessions and you're tracking your training load, then it does matter. So there you go. Let's move along. So I've been mixing up a lot of my training volume recently, which is how I've kept progressing and posting PRs race after race, even as I'm getting older. Part of that is by putting more of an emphasis on cross training, not pounding on my joints when it's not needed, and still being able to build up training volume. I'll ride my stationary bike for no impact volume, and now I've also added in rowing on my new Yesoul R1M rowing machine. I really like using a new movement pattern and muscles while still getting a good workout. I keep my machine indoors, and it's easy to fold up when not in use, so my wife actually lets me keep it in there. At least for now. The R1M comes with a very nice 21-inch display and speaker, so with the Yesoul membership, you can actually use the mobile app to do a large variety of classes, watch a calming video as you row through nature, or, and this is probably my favorite, you can just mirror any content you want from your phone, so you can watch a show, movie, or even the best channel on YouTube. Since the display rotates, you can also use it for classes off the rower and do some of that mobility work you always say you're going to fit into your routine. If you're looking for a good alternative to work into your fitness routine that is adaptable and doesn't break the bank, I think the Yesoul R1M Rower is definitely worth a look. Viewers of the channel also get a discount when using the code in the video description below. Okay, so one of the workouts with the R1M Rower was this one right here, and you can see the Suunto RUN is in blue, and I have an Amazfit in purple here, and this is a train wreck. The Suunto RUN does not pick up the heart rate and just kind of stays low the whole time. Now I know probably the Suunto owners watching this, you're going, oh my goodness, I thought they're gonna fix the heart rate sensor. And here's the thing, I figured this one out. The heart rate sensor seems to take a long time to lock on. But if you wait and have it lock on, you don't get this. This is a mess. I just didn't realize it didn't lock on. This is the result. So let's take a look at another one. Okay, so after that disaster of a workout where the heart rate did not lock on another day, I did another rowing workout with the R1M Rower, and this is the result with the heart rate here. So this is against a Forerunner 970, so we're talking about the Elevate Gen 5 sensor from Garmin against the Suunto Run. So Suunto Run is purple, the Elevate Gen 5 is in blue. So if we look at the start here, I mean, everything is really coinciding, everything is spot on, like perfect. It does kind of lose the plot here, where it bumps up a bit, it drops down, it overcompensates coming back up, and then after that it kind of corrects a bit, but there is still some discrepancy. You know, if we're going to give the Gen 5 the benefit of the doubt because it's a more established sensor, then we'd say, yeah, the Suunto Run is recording a little bit low here. So overall though, if you look at averages, the Forerunner 970 is at 115, the Suunto Run's at 119. I mean, it just has that one climb that kind of throws off the average of the workout, but it's not horrible. Let's keep moving. Okay, so the reason you get the Suunto Run is to go running with it. So here we finally have a running comparison workout. This is the Suunto Run on one wrist with the Coros Pace Pro armband on the same arm. So I'm using an optical heart rate sensor, but it is upper arm based, which is considered more accurate. So let's look at the Run being the blue entry here and the Pace Pro being the purple. So we could see, I mean, this is pretty good here. We're looking at pretty high agreement, and here at the end, I threw in like 3 strides. So if we go and look at these, I mean, the Run is doing really well here, going down, spiking it back up. Like this is pretty impressive here with the accuracy and timing, I'd say. You know, we're looking at the Pace Pro picking up on a spike after the Suunto Run here, right? So the blue is leading. I mean, here it's obviously behind, but again, as it's spiking up, the Run is picking up on the increase in heart rate faster than the Pace Pro, and it's dropping faster here too. So that shows me that this is very accurate when it comes to running in intervals. Okay, so going in on GPS now, we have the blue being the Run, the purple being the Pace Pro, and this is, I mean, pretty accurate. I mean, yeah, there's only 2 here. We're about to look at one that has a little bit more going on, but this is pretty spot on, so I'd say that's pretty good. So I will say the one area I have some concern right here is right here, device battery charge. And I don't really know exactly what's going on here, but I went from 42% down to 37%, and that was over basically 45 minutes. It gives you a burn rate of 9.21% per hour with an estimated capacity of just under 11 hours. The stated GPS battery life on this in default settings, which is what I was using, is 20 hours. So that is a huge discrepancy. So that's something to look out for. I mean, again, if you're not doing an ultra marathon, is 11 hours of that most accurate level of GPS enough? Yeah, you're gonna be fine, but it's not what's stated. It's a little bit of a concern. Okay, so this was a big comparison run I did. I was using the Suunto Run on my wrist. I had the Pace Pro with the foot pod and armband. I had the Forerunner 970 on my other wrist, and I was holding the Coros watch. And then I had the HRM 600 connected to my phone, so it was recording independently of the Garmin watch. So I wanted to just illustrate the heart rate here, because I know the heart rate sensor is kind of the sensitive thing with Suunto. So the Suunto Run is in purple here, Pace Pro blue, Garmin watch green, and the HRM 600 is our gold, so our gold standard here. And you could see I threw in some strides, right? So we're gonna zoom in on those, but if you look at this, we're looking pretty good. I do see the purple hanging out at the bottom a little bit, but if you're looking at averages, 158 3/4, 159.5, 160, 159. So if 159, we're saying that is the most accurate since we're using an ECG-based heart rate strap, then, I mean, honestly, out of all of these, the Suunto was the closest. So let's look at some of our strides here. Let's take a peek. So you do see that the Suunto is on the low end here, right? So look at our gold as our comparison, and the Suunto is a little bit lower on that stride. And here, again, it's reading lower than the HRM 600, but it's in very close proximity. And some of these are kind of overlapping. And especially the recovery here is looking pretty good. The climb back up is looking very good. I mean, overall, that's extremely impressive. And okay, so here's another one where I threw in some strides, and you could see, again, we kind of have these kind of little tiny dropouts, but like the overall average, like if I put any smoothing on this would kind of probably go away. But you know, they're there, but you're getting what you want if you're looking at an overall run, and also the trends are all right. Just little microscopic nitpicks here, but if the heart rate sensor was a weakness on Suunto watches, I think this doesn't look like a weakness, so they definitely improved things. And I do want to bring up the battery here. So on the other run, it was showing like a sub 11 hour capacity. Here, it's showing 8.22 per hour, which would put it over 12 hours. So that's better than the other run. But to me, I don't see how this is going to get to 20 hours on that most accurate setting like they have in some of their marketing materials. Maybe there was some different settings that they were stating would get you to 20, but I thought I said the most accurate precision tracking there, and I just used whatever they had out of the box. So I would assume that's how they have it set up, if not a little more conservative, but yeah, we're not getting 20 hours out of this. So this is my first Suunto watch, so I cannot speak specifically to the heart rate performance compared to previous models, but I know that was a sore spot for many owners. I'd say that it seems like for running and other kind of aerobic-based activities, the run performs pretty well, particularly when considering the price point. Now in my first video, I worded something in a way I kind of regret a bit. I said this watch would be a good beginner watch, and while it's definitely true that the Suunto Run would be a fine watch for someone getting into running, it would also serve an advanced runner just as well. It would be more appropriate to say that the Suunto Run is a great value running watch that really focuses on its strength, which is running performance and tracking. So if you want a watch to help guide your training, then the Run punches way above its weight class with the amount of running sport modes, like the new track mode, race pacing via the marathon mode, the impressive amount of analytics you could see in the Suunto app, and related to that, the easy creation and scheduling of structured workouts that you can add to your training calendar via the mobile app. So the Suunto Run is not a great smartwatch, but I think you know that. It is not a complete outdoors watch, but again, I kind of think you know that. It only tries to be a great running watch, and I think it checks enough of those boxes to do a very admirable job at $249. But I'm interested to hear what you think about this watch. Does it do enough at this price point to be a winner? Do you think there are any big misses that make it non-viable even at a competitive price? Let me know in the comments, and as always, thank you for hanging with me today. I'm Dave, and this is Dave Does Fitness. Have an awesome day and stay fit.